So here's probably the most helpful calculation that we're going to look at today. It's how to convert between those two scales, between the pH and the pOH scales when we're talking about acids and bases. So if you notice in the last two calculations, if you're talking about a base and you have an OH concentration, you're going to get a pOH. Well, if you're working in industry, most times you're not going to report a pOH, you're going to report a pH. So being able to convert between those two, pretty important. It's a super easy calculation. It runs on this idea. So it's the idea that your pH plus your pOH are going to equal 14. So if you have a pH of 7, that solution would also have a pOH of 7, which would make sense because that's neutral on both scales. 7 plus 7 is going to give you 14. So in this case, if we know that we have a pH of 12.7 and we want to find the pOH, we're just going to take 14, subtract 12.7. Could be a great test for your mental math. Also super easy to put into a calculator. You're going to get a pOH, in this case, of 1.3. So if we think about that, a pOH of 12.7, a pH of 12.7 tells us that this is a basic solution. It's a pretty strong basic solution. It's almost a 13. That then makes sense if we look at the pOH scale, we're getting a pOH of 1.3. That's pretty low on the pOH scale. Again, tells us that it's pretty basic. So both of these numbers are giving us the same result, that this solution is a base. So now we can go over here. We can do this the same way, but in the opposite direction. So if I'm given a pOH of 5.6, I can find the pH. Same process. I'm going to take 14 minus my pOH number of 5.6, which will give me my pH. Okay, 14 minus 5.6. Oops, 14 minus 5.6 is going to give me a pH of 8.4. So again, if we look at those numbers, pH of 8.4, that's just above neutral, so it's slightly basic. pOH of 5.6, again, just below neutral, just below that 7 number. So in both cases, again, we're looking at a basic solution.